Push these niggas off me like push these bitches off me like I be immune to shit. Tucking the broom and shit. Okay, Sufjan Stevens, my boy, Sufjan. Today we are checking out A Beginner's Mind. This is with Angelo de Augustine. Don't know who that is, but it came out last year. Heard a decent amount of stuff about it. Heard it's pretty good, so we're gonna check it out. I loved Carrie and Lowell. That was a very sad but great album. And yeah, I'm gonna have the lyrics up for this too because obviously it's Sufjan Stevens. Uncut is on Patreon. Go join that if you're cool. And let's get into it. First track is Reach Out. Oh yes, I'm hyped for some chill vibes, you know.
Now, my apology. All the light getting to fulminate my mind. Reach out to all the ones who came before you. Ponder what is right, you and I in defiance.
Oh, the sound of this, man. Oh my goodness.
I would rather be devoured than be broken. All my life I tried so hard to separate myself from all that is and was and will be torn apart. You were already unafraid. I know you, but I've changed my way. You know I take it all too hard.
The sound is fantastic.
Now my life has been erased, and what I gave for you and for myself.
This is so good. Wow. I love the sound of that track.
Of a time and place where history resigned.
Harmonies are great.
Now in my reverie, for the guiding light that opened up my mind.
Oh my goodness. That was fantastic. It's not gonna get the 10 because I don't think it was quite that mind-blowing, but it was a good song. Writing was fantastic. I loved the harmonies. I think that was Angelo de Augustine like doing the harmonies. Again, I don't know what this dude's voice sounds like. I don't know what his contribution to this album is. I'm guessing it's him singing, so I'm guessing that was him kind of doing the harmonies. Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful song. I feel like I've just been immediately transported into just such a peaceful world, you know? Sufjan does that. I mean, I've only heard Carrie and Lowell, but on that album he did it great, even though that album wasn't necessarily peaceful, more sad than anything, but his voice is just such a just welcoming and just has such a warm presence. Let's keep going. Lady Macbeth in Chains.
Open on Broadway, you're a star.
Oh, chills. That bass.
Listen to me. Don't believe what she says when she sleeps in your head. By the glories of petty and
Surprisingly catchy too. Ooh, this is cool. Cool sound effects in the back there.
Circuits of life falling apart.
Oh my gosh. That bass.
Tragedy.
Cool switch up. Okay, that was another good one. it was really catchy, surprisingly catchy. Um, I feel like, especially on Carrie and Lowell, you didn't. Is it Carrie and Lowell or Carrie and Lowell? I don't know. On that album, I feel like you didn't get many catchy hooks, which wasn't a bad thing. It's just pretty different from this album. This definitely feels a lot more comforting, upbeat, and happy. So I'm loving the sound of this right off the bat. I'm really not following the lyrics at all because there's so much imagery and just like this one seemed. I mean, the title is Lady Macbeth, obviously in chains. I don't remember how the story of Macbeth goes. I read it in school, but I don't remember. Genius says Lady Macbeth in chains is greatly influenced by the film All About Eve. Okay, so it's not even about Macbeth, maybe? Notably about the character of Margot Channing, as the song is detailing her struggle to adapt to growing past her primetime actress years. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's just a lot of... I mean, I'm going from MGK, where you don't have to think about the lyrics at all, and the lyrics are just absolutely terrible, to this, and it's really hard to make that insane switch in your mind because the lyricism on this is just at a whole different level. Let's keep going. Back to Oz. So we have another kind of reference to another piece of art. Wizard of Oz, obviously. Oh my gosh. This sounds so good.
All my dreams were buried away. You love me, but you don't know me. I'll be there to play my part. Wanna keep us safe from harm that I feel.
Ooh. Those drums.
It wasn't there. Get it back, get nowhere. Get it right, follow my heart. Back to us, where I was born in the start. Don't be my last call. Do you mind that I'm falling apart?
Another great hook. Really catchy album so far.
Do you mind that I'm falling apart?
I'm not used to hearing such a upbeat Sufjan. It's strange. The sound of this album is incredible. Holy. Oh! I'm just reading like the Genius like section about this song, and it's pretty interesting, honestly. It's about Return to Oz is the sequel to The Wizard of Oz, which I didn't know. I didn't know there was a sequel. I'm not a freaking Wizard of Oz fan. Sufjan says there's little or no resemblance to the original, so that's problematic. None of the characters resemble the former. I can't read. Resemble the former characters. So I guess the world was once this bright colored, and now it's replaced. Bro, I'm not even gonna try with these lyrics right now. I feel like I liked the kind of play on the play, you know. I'll be there to play my part. Want to keep us safe from harm, but a love was in my heart. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking like a play, like a stage play, but in playing my part too. Yeah, that was really, really good. Probably, I don't know, maybe my least favorite so far. I feel like at one point the vocals were kind of taking over a little bit too much. Like they were filling out the mix a little bit too much. But that's really my only complaint. Other than that, it sounded absolutely amazing. This sounds so freaking good. The mix is so good. That guitar solo was amazing. It was a good song. It's not going to get the 10. There hasn't really been anything that's blown my mind yet, but really good. The Pillar of Souls. That freaking just sounds... I love it.
Raised from the dead to save my soul. J.P. Monroe tied up his ghost. Captured in some.
Hear those... Oh.
It's all flesh in my mind. I can't wait to inscribe all the names that I've read in the blood.
This is cinematic. Definitely a darker track. What a surprise. Another good song. Definitely a darker track, sonically and lyrically, definitely. It feels like he was talking about death, definitely. But it also does feel like some sort of like ancient Greek story or something. Like, yeah, it's giving me those vibes, you know? I'm not gonna... Genius says it's from a 1992 film, Hellraiser, Hell on Earth. Title of the Pillar of Souls refers to the statue. Served as a prison for Pinhead. Don't know who that is. A rectangular box covered in the imagery of humans being tortured. The point of view Sufjan and Angelo take is that of the antagonist Pinhead coming out of limbo. Drink the blood of my wine. Pretty dark ending line there. I'd say it's my least favorite musically. I felt like the mix got a little bit muddy. I feel like some things were just getting kind of lost, you know, in the mix. Maybe that'll grow on me a little bit, but probably my least favorite so far. You give death a bad name.
As you withdraw, you give death a bad name.
That's a really good
Can
line.
you be stopped, or can evil be slain? You're just a shade of something betrayed.
I feel like I'm definitely understanding this track a lot more lyrically. I feel like it's a little bit more straightforward, which is nice because I feel like I've really had a hard time with the lyrics on this. Like there's just a lot of depth to them. So this one's hitting a little bit more immediately, which is nice. Interesting mix. It's a cool track, especially lyrically.
Can you explain all our divided pain? What still remains after the rigor mortis? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Those drums are really cool.
What are you waiting for?
Cool track. Cool track. It was a good song. Lyrically, I really liked that one. Kind of going back to that idea of you give blank a bad name, you give love a bad name, you give life a bad name, death a bad name. Yeah, lyrically, I feel like there's a lot going on there, and I'm not understanding all of it right now. But that's definitely one I want to look into lyrically because it feels pretty important. I'm kind of tempted to read Genius, but I'm not going to read it. I hope there probably is some YouTube breakdowns of these lyrics because I feel like I understood the lyrics a lot better on first listening Carrie and Lowell. Maybe because it was just a lot more straightforward. And I feel like there's a lot of references to other stuff in this that I'm not really understanding. So yeah, sound was cool again though. Let's keep going. Beginner's Mind. Title track.
Bodhi tree grows in the light, shotgun shell, cannon fire, baby, we've got nothing to lose.
Ow.
I
I just touched the light bulb on my light. I'm an idiot. Oh, I like that line. Life was just a new way to die. Oh my gosh. The sound of this track is so delicate. Wow. I mean, it says this is another track about a film. There's been a lot of film references in this, which is another reason why I feel like I've had a hard time understanding. It feels like there's been a lot of like mythical references to, like mythology, and I don't know anything about any of that at all either. So it's pretty tough to understand right now. So I'm really just trying to enjoy the sound more than anything. I've also realized that I didn't even really remember that this is two people. It honestly just sounds like one person, which is kind of nice. I haven't really been able to pick up a distinction between their voices because they seem like they have pretty similar voices. And I think that's actually kind of cool because it doesn't feel like one is shining more than the other. It just feels like two people completely in sync, in harmony, just making some peaceful, really peaceful. Why did I say peaceful like 5 times? There's some really calming music, so let's keep going. Did I give that a rating? If I didn't, there you go.
Oh, lift up your head, boy. There's nothing.
Oh,
There's nothing. There's nothing for me. There's no
another great chorus. There's nothing.
There's no place like home. It's the weight of our wish. There's one thing, and it's our very first kiss.
I think that's my favorite track. I think that's my favorite track so far. Sound was immaculate. I really, really liked that chorus was so good when the sound fills out. Just a super gentle, plucked guitar in the back too. Says this is based on Clash of the Titans, so another film reference. It's just kind of cool. This whole album feels like it's been based on films, so that's definitely interesting. And this outro was really cool too. There's something, it's the light on your hand. There's something, it's the touch of my wristband. There's something, it's the weight of our wish. There's one thing, and it's our very first kiss. I don't know. He just has it. He's super good at tying together these songs and making them feel complete. Even if I don't really know what's going on lyrically, I feel like it all comes together in a nice way, and it like wraps up in a satisfying way. We're gonna give it a 10. That was actually like a spiritual experience, man. There you go. First 10 on the channel. I mean, first track 10, I guess. Just love the guitar playing, man.
Your heart couldn't take much more.
His vocals feel so intimate. I love it.
My boy, I don't know what it's like. Hard lines as the fossil defines its own shadow in lime and reveals how it dies. Malevolence flowed from beyond, and my heart cannot take much more.
This has to be Angelo to Augustine, right? In the forefront of the vocals. I'm really liking his vocals. This might be my favorite vocal performance so far.
Where does everything go when everything's gone? For my heart cannot break much more.
Okay, it says that song was inspired by Mad Max. I mean, I've seen the newer Mad Max, not the first one though. But that was a dark track, I feel like, but it was a really beautiful vocal performance. A bunch of hard-hitting lines too. That was really good. That was really, really good. I don't really have too much to say about that one, but it was another really, really good song. Let's keep going. I feel like, I don't know, this reaction is kind of weird. Because I feel like I don't really have much to say. Like, I feel like I should be saying a lot. But I don't know. I think it's mostly because the lyrics are just going over my head so much.
This is the thing about people. You never really know what's inside. Love is a witness for the Lord.
There's something about his vocals here that I'm not a huge fan of. Something about the effect on them, and I think the melody he's singing too is a little bit bland and a little bit cheesy.
This is the thing about evil. You never really know where it's hiding. Find your phantom in the cathedral. The more you search for it, the less you'll find. So give it all up. Give it up. Give it distance. Live it up for the path of resistance.
Strangely feels like a kind of like a Radiohead song. That was definitely my least favorite track so far. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the vocals on that one, and the melody wasn't really doing it for me. And the sound even too, like the instrumental, there was that weird kind of tinkly, I don't even know what instrument it was, but it was kind of irritating. Wasn't terrible, but definitely my least favorite. I liked the lyrics though. That's the thing. Like every track on here, I've liked the lyrics, even if I don't really understand them fully. I like the idea. This track just feels like kind of like the unknown, you know? You never really know where the evil is hiding, I guess is the idea. And it says this was based off The Thing, which kind of makes sense because The Thing is like a super... I haven't seen the movie, but it's probably about some like extraterrestrial being, you know, that you can't really comprehend. And it kind of has this ominous like feeling of just confusion and unknowing. So yeah, lyrically, I think it was a little bit more understandable for me. That's one thing I do actually like about this too, is pretty much every one of these tracks has been based on a movie or like inspired by a movie, but it doesn't feel like I have to watch those movies or understand those movies to understand the lyrics. Like the lyrics kind of feel applicable to everyday real life as well, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna give it the mid. As much as I just praised it, it's gonna get the mid because again, I wasn't a huge fan of the vocals, the melody, and the instrumentation. Lyrically, really good again, but just comes down to those couple complaints that I had.
Your body is a sanctuary, and your body is about to be free. She's gotta have it. She's got a dream. She's got a dream, and she'll make it a habit.
Let's take a guess. What movie is this based on? I have no idea. I do like the sentiment of this track though. Like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, just kind of like being in control of your own body, not letting other people take advantage of you. Your body is a sanctuary. Your body's about to be free. She's doing her own thing. Again, it's another one that feels a little bit more straightforward, but it's making the impact a little bit more immediate. The other ones that are harder to understand are probably going to hit harder on future listens and kind of grow on me. These ones might shrink, but they do have a more lasting impact, I guess, like immediately. They hit harder on the first listen. I feel like we've been missing these bright choruses. Okay. Another good one, of course. Like I said, I feel like we've been missing... The album started off with some really bright, almost joyous feeling choruses, and that kind of brought me back to that sound. I kind of been missing those because I feel like the past, 6 tracks have been kind of a little bit more melancholy. I mean, it still sounds pretty similar. It's still gentle, still soft, still produced beautifully. Yeah, I like the lyrics too. Like I said, they're a little bit more straightforward on that one. Lost in the World, featuring Kanye West.
The voice of theirs, mellifluent.
Like, what is mellifluence? Is that influence? Is that it? I gotta search it up. I gotta know. Mellifluence. It's like we're freaking in English class with Sufjan Stevens. Mellifluence, the quality of sounding mellifluous. The quality of sounding very smooth or pleasant. Oh, wow. See? That's Sufjan right there. Sufjan is mellifluous. English class with Sufjan Stevens and Angelo to Augustine.
Draconian will, superstition.
Could Could you imagine Kanye just comes in?
I've been lost in the world.
We gotta get a Sufjan Stevens and Kanye collab. That's what the world needs.
Caught in thought, daydreaming like I do. All your dreams would come true. Well, I hope you're right.
Okay. That track had like some cosmic, I feel like, vibes, like manifesting something, you know? It's got this daydreaming vibe, this kind of just lost in the, I don't know what the exact word is, but you know, it's got like, I mean, the title just explains it perfectly, Lost in the World. It feels like there's these kind of meandering thoughts, daydreaming thoughts, dreams. You told me all your dreams would come true. Well, I hope you're right, and they always do. That's cool. Again, the lyrics are kind of, I still feel like they're going over my head. I feel like an absolute idiot right now. That's what's happening. Sufjan's making me feel like a freaking imbecile. But sound was cool on that one. I'm kind of surprised that's not the least streamed. It's the second least streamed on this album, which is kind of surprising because I feel like it was pretty memorable track. Probably not one of my favorites, but still pretty solid. We'll give it the gooder. Fictional California.
Bring it on to you.
Interesting
Our school
flow here.
was defined by dance and drama. Open the light to the darkness. Open your heart, let it all hang out.
I like the kind of vivid image that lyric paints. Open your mind till it all falls out. Let it all fall out. And then the open your heart, let it all hang out before that. Kind of lullaby-esque instrumental.
The spectacle of my youth, utterly refuse. Open the light to the dark.
That's a really good transition to the chorus.
Open your heart, let it all hang
I like that.
out.
It's cool. Those vocals are great. Oh, that guitar sounds so good.
When you arrived in fictional
Such a clear recording, man. Oh, that panning production on this track is amazing. Such a gentle and sweet experience. That's one of my favorites. That's getting the holy 10.
That was actually like a spiritual experience, man.
Great track. Lyrically, really enjoyed it too. I love the sound of that, man. Like I said, the transitions to the chorus was super good, and then those little piano runs in the chorus too, super entertaining. Instrumentally, it's one of the more memorable moments, as well as vocally. That's probably one of my favorites, if I'm being honest. Like I said, I like the imagery in that chorus. Yeah, these are really cool lyrics too. I'm all psyched up as I make my mark in total darkness. Man, I wish I was good at analyzing lyrics. I wish I was like, who's that guy? Bob, right? The rocker reacts or whatever. He's super good at doing that, and I feel like I want to see that dude react to this album because I feel like he would have a lot to say about it lyrically. This is kind of out of my wheelhouse because, again, I'm not the best at analyzing lyrics, but I'm loving the sound. All right, Cimmerian Shade.
Then Christ leaves me. I cannot love.
What does Cimmerian mean? Cimmerian refers to a member of a mythical people living in perpetual mist and darkness near the land of the dead. See, there's just all these words that I don't know what they mean. It's just like I gotta search up everything. If I had the time, I would do it, but I'll probably just, again, find some sort of video that kind of explains what's going on lyrically.
I just want you to love me. I just wanted to know myself. Fix it all, Jonathan Demi.
See, I don't know what that reference is,
Resides where your spirit
but I love that melody.
safe in my autogonophilia. One black witch moth, now she's lost.
Oh, okay. So is this one about Silence of the Lambs? That's one of the few movies on this album that I've seen. so maybe I'll be able to somewhat understand this one. So such a good chorus. That falsetto.
Beauty resides where your spirit dwells.
Yes. The synths.
I just want you to know me. I just wanted to love myself. Fictional Jonathan Demme.
Who's Jonathan Demme?
Beauty resides where your spirit dwells.
Oh, the director.
I
Okay.
just want you to love me.
That's actually interesting because I've heard Sufjan's gay, right? And then this annotation here says the character of Buffalo Bill has been criticized by many for its negative and harmful portrayal of transgender people. So he's saying fix it all, Jonathan Demme, and Jonathan Demme's the director of the film. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily like a call out, but kind of a cool moment there. Oh, the sound of this track is so good. I love the synths. It's a 10. That was one of my favorites.
Actually, like a spiritual experience, man.
That was so good. That was so good. I feel like thematically it didn't really feel like it was. I guess that's the point. Like these tracks aren't supposed to feel like the movies, I guess, but just kind of taking bits and pieces and inspiration from those. Because I feel like he took again some ideas from that movie, but kind of transformed it into its own separate idea. And again, I don't really know what that idea is because I've said it so many times. I'm kind of dumb. I like how he's not just directly ripping off these movies. He's kind of just making it his own and just taking inspiration. And yeah, it's cool. Last track here.
Over the oceans, fears of devotion.
He does a great job of letting lines breathe too. I guess both of them. I guess in this video when I'm saying he, I'm mentioning both of them because I feel like they've kind of just like formed into one entity in this album. Oh, whoa. Such a full sound. So cinematic. Whoa. This feels like this could be like the end credits, like the song playing during the end credits of a movie, which is crazy because every track on here has been based off a movie. Whoa, dude, that's crazy. Crazy freaking stoner thoughts right there. I'm not high. I don't know why I said stoner thoughts. Do you hear that falsetto? It's beautiful. There you go. There you go. Another good song. Great ending. I feel like it was like I said, it felt like the end of a movie. It felt like the song you hear in the credits. This feels like it definitely a unique project, very different from Carrie and Lowell. A lot more upbeat, a lot more bright moments, but it still feels, it still has that gentle, delicate feel to it. It's not like there's nothing loud really going on. So at times it does feel a little bit boring, but for the most part, it's pretty entertaining. Great production and just great musicality on this album as well. Angelo and Sufjan, I feel like, kind of just again melded into just one person in this because their voices sounded so similar, which was kind of nice actually, because I feel like if you had some sort of stark difference, again, you'd be kind of comparing them and saying, oh, he's better at this thing, he's better at this thing. But because they sound so similar, because their writing is similar, it feels like they just came together to create. It feels like this was made by one person, you know? It doesn't feel like it was made by two people. But yeah, that was pretty good. I don't think I like it as much as Carrie and Lowell. I think that was a little bit more hard-hitting, but this is unique. It feels pretty different, again, and it was enjoyable. A gentle, delicate, fun listen. Really good. Really good. All right, peace out.